Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me clearly. And also let me know where you are watching from, y'all. I had a whole different message, like a whole different live topic that I was going to come and talk to y'all about. All that got interrupted today. So I have to tell y'all something like real, kind of serious, you know. Um, but you're going to have to stop wasting time. And I'm going to get into that in just a second. The fan is a little loud. Hold on, let me move it near me, closer to me. Let's try it on for size. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. So I was coming on here to talk to y'all about law and spiritual law and, how it impacts business and all this different stuff. That's going to have to wait. That's going to have to wait. Because what I got today, and really what I started getting yesterday, I really didn't want to get into this. And y'all know when they get like that, y'all know it's something serious. Girl. Folks don't be listening to me. Yeah, Renata, you can't. Yeah, the back. Folks don't be listening to me when I be trying to tell them. I'm trying to put y'all on game. Hey, my loves. Do me a favor and share this with a friend. I'm going to tell you who I'm talking to today. So you know who to send this to, okay? I work with women who are ambitious creatives, who are high-powered business owners. So if you know a creative, a leader, that's a woman, a business owner as a woman that has creative gifts and she's sleeping on them, like send her this live right now. Because we have to stop wasting time because we don't have as much time as we think that we have. Yeah. And I'm going to get into that. Okay? And you ain't got time to really be succumbing to fear. I will be transparent and say you told me to leave my job in 2022 and well, here we are, girl. With the things that the Most High gives me sometimes a lot of times scared me. For real. And there are a lot of things that are coming down the pipeline, and it's really going to shake people to their cores. And I don't want us to be in a state of fear, which is why I'm doing the live today, because you need to be able to have tunnel vision. You're going to have to develop tunnel vision to do what you need to do. And I'm just going to before I even get into everything, I just need to kind of let y'all know, like, first and foremost, like I said, it's time to stop wasting time. The second thing that you need to know is stop trying to help people. Stop. If they are not interested and they have not shown that they are ready to go and be a part of what it is that you are doing, stop. Stop trying to pull them along, okay? Because there's no more time for that. The great divide has already happened. There are women who are stuck in the space of mediocrity because they are not going to change their mindset. And there are women who are in the space of mastery and they're not going to be doing anything but continuing to ascend. And I'm telling you, that time has now come and you need to leave those people behind. And sometimes this looks like your family. Hey, my love. Okay? This looks like your family. And for my mothers and for wives, and let me tell you something, you are responsible for the family you've created. You are responsible for the family that you've entered into covenant with. That's your first priority. So if your family that you come from are not on board and they are still on that foolishness, you need to go on without them because you don't have time. I've been telling everyone since last year that time is the highest form of currency. You don't have time anymore. Stop trying to pull back for people. They can't come. They can't come. They're not going to make it. They're not mentally ready. And let me tell you something. If you drag these people and try to drag these people with you, they are going to burn down your village. And the village burner is always the one running out screaming, help, help, help. But they also the one with the match in their hand. Let me tell y'all something. This is the time for you to be executing wisdom and for you to be activating logic. See, when I was telling y'all, oh, everybody's talking about being your feminine, and I told y'all, don't abandon the masculine principle within your mind. You need to have balance of both, because you need the masculine to be able to create. The feminine inspires. A lot of women have been gotten to the space of, oh, I want to be in my feminine, I want to be soft, I want to do this, to the point to where y'all are avoiding responsibility, and it's about to hit you in the face like nobody's business. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to pick you up off the ground. You are going to have to make some hard decisions about picking yourself up and making this thing happen, especially if you are a business owner, especially if you are a creative, especially if you are an entrepreneur. Let me tell you something. This is not the time. Also, do me a favor and send me that in the DM, and I'll talk to you about it in a minute. Because I really got to get through this, because I didn't expect to have to talk about this. Y'all gonna have to leave these people behind. Y'all gonna have to leave these people behind. Because their fear is going to put you in a very difficult predicament. You need to be building a strong mindset during this time frame, because like I said, there are things coming down the pipeline, even as easy as days, weeks from now. I wouldn't even be surprised if something popped off again today. What I am telling you though, this ain't the time for you to be operating from a space of fear. This is not a time for you to be operating from a space of insecurity and shakiness, because I'm going to tell you that's going to position you to get sick, and you do not want to get sick when the world is at crisis right now. That's not something that you desire and that you want to do. So I am telling you, this ain't the time for that. For those who don't know me, my name is El Internet. I'm a feminine mastery architect. And so what I do is that I support my amazing clients by helping them harness, who are women leaders, I help them harness their feminine energy and also master emotional intelligence in business, so that they can drive up their productivity, enhance their creativity, which expands their financial growth. Okay. So it's very, 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 very important. Hey, my loves, and happy Friday, happy Feminine Friday. That we get down to what I'm going to talk about today, because like I said, I didn't expect to talk about this, and y'all know when I come in saying I didn't expect to talk about this, that means I done got something, and I gotta go and give it to y'all, even if it don't feel good to give it to you. But I need you to be in the truth, and I need you to be rooted, and I need you to be clear. Okay. So what I'm gonna be tapping into today is, it's not just, oh, stop wasting time. We're going to talk about how fear is paralyzing your business. I'm going to talk about how fear is destroying your business and your health. And I'm going to help you today stop fear from destroying your kidneys and your cash flow. Because if y'all focus on the stuff that you are seeing, and that you are about to see, and all these different things, you are going to take your eyes off where you need to be. And I'm telling you now to strengthen your minds. I'm telling you now to literally follow the code that is telling you in scripture in Colossians 3:2, to focus your mind on things that are above. I'm literally telling you to take your thoughts captive, because if you don't, you will become a slave to them, and that is what you do not want. Because once you become a slave to your own mind, it's easy for you to become a slave physically. And I'm telling you, I'm going to break down what I'm saying when it comes down to how this is paralyzing your business, and how this is literally, they're setting you up. They're setting you up to be sick. And when you are sick and dependent upon them, especially during a stressful time, how do you think that's going to pan out well? Do you think you're going to get the best care? Do you think you're going to get the best of everything? Do you think that you're going to be able to get quality things? I'm just saying. So you might want to start doing your own work. You might want to stop wasting time and stop making excuses about what it is that you feel, and, oh, I'm nervous. All that needs to die. All that, I'm nervous, I don't know, I'm scared, I don't know why I'm gonna step out. All that has to go. You got things to do. And I'm so serious about this. So let me go ahead and get straight into, like I said, how you are going to stop fear from destroying your kidneys and your cash flow. Because it's a 2-for-1 deal. If you blow your kidneys, we already know about that. We talked about that. It's going to be extremely hard for you to be able to do the things you need to do. So let's go ahead and dive deep into how fear is not only going to cripple your business if you don't get a hold of yourself emotionally, but how it's going to wreck your health. And this is the worst predicament that you can be in, especially when the world or the country is at crisis. You don't want to be held up sick somewhere, having to depend on someone to support you and to help you, okay, in those spaces, because that's what that stress and those things cost. But let's just go ahead and get into it. Number one, this is how fear paralyzes your business and it destroys your health. Number one, there's a connection between fear and your kidneys. Okay? There's an effect and a correlation between fear and your kidney health. Okay? The consequences of you staying on the vibration of fear as they continue to throw these things at you on the news, all these things happening in the world economically, all these things that are going to be coming forth. And I'm telling y'all, it's some stuff coming. If you just sit with yourself for a second, you can feel that the entire earth is off. Not just the country, but the entire earth is off. You as a woman have a connection to earth. We all do as human beings, but you definitely as a woman have a connection to earth. And if you just sit still, you can feel that something is off. And you can feel that something is coming, but you don't know what it is. But you know that something is off and something is coming. What you need to be doing is not worrying about what's coming. You need to be worrying about how you can keep yourself centered and keep your mind on the things that matter, because fear is not of the Most High. He actually gave you a calm and balanced mind, and you need to know how to shift from that immediate action of fear into a calm mind so you can make logical and wise decisions during this time frame. Because if you don't, you're going to mess around and cripple your body. Okay? So the consequences of you allowing chronic fear into your space is going to deplete your abilities it's going to deplete your kidneys' ability to store the essence and to manage your actual water metabolism. So you're throwing your body completely out of balance. So this is what happens. And and this is how you can do a check right now to see if you already in that space where you're stressing your kidneys out with that type of fear because you're worried about things that you don't need to be worried about right now. You need to be on assignment. You don't have time to be worried about other stuff. You need to be on assignment, because the fact that you're not on assignment is why you keep waking up in night sweats, because that's a sign that your kidneys are a little off. How you sleeping? You waking up drenched due to your anxiety? You waking up in the middle of the night, always going to the bathroom, frequent urination? Kidneys a little stressed. Are you in a space to where you have persistent lower back pain? Is that what's happening? Oh, the kidneys sound like they might be real stressed. And see, these are the things that happen when you allow fear to sit in your body. Like, your body is literally screaming for help. If you waking up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., people say all this stuff. I wake up at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. and it's God. You better make sure. You better make sure that it really is the Most High that's waking you up, and it's not cortisol, the stress hormone. You better make sure it's not your anxiety waking you up in the middle of the night. You better make sure and really pay attention to that, because your fear literally ruins your kidneys. And when your kidneys blow, this will require you to do what? Have to go to dialysis. So guess what? You become dependent upon a system that's already sick, stressed out, and that doesn't really care about you. So now you have to be dependent upon that system. And if they don't do what they need to do by you and make sure that you get the proper care when it comes down to dialysis, the toxins in your body can become so backed up if they don't do it right that you can actually go deaf. So not only are you dependent upon the system because you're sick, but now you one of your senses. So even more you're having to depend on someone else or something else. All because you allow society to stress you out with the things that they're showing. The stuff that's happening is not new to you, especially if you've been rooted in scripture and you understand what's actually happening around here. This earth has to do a reset. It's a new earth. Y'all ain't been reading? See, a lot of y'all been trying to get to heaven when y'all ain't been paying attention that the new heaven gonna be on earth. Y'all not really paying attention. Y'all not really reading. You're not really reading and really understanding what's actually happening here. This is a reset. This is probably the third or fourth earth. And baby, the Most High is tired. Baby, it's time for a reset. The earth is tired. So these things that you are seeing and that are happening, yes, they're going to rock a lot of people to their core. But are you still going to be able to execute in business and do the things that you need to do? Or are you going to be stuck depending on a system because you made yourself sick, because they sold you stress and you ate it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snack? And you believed it because your belief impacts your biology, and your biology influences the way you behave. Remember, I've been telling y'all that since last year. Maybe it'll stick this go round. Maybe you'll really understand that what you believe and what you allow into your space really does impact the way your biology operates. Because if you wake up in the morning and the banks are acting up and you all of a sudden have no money, what's your first thing that you're gonna do? Panic? Scream? Cry? Be stressed out, trying to be mad at God about why God ain't really fooling with you like that, and why would God allow your business to go to zero and XYZ? Are you going to be in that type of space where you are exhausting yourself and you start doing all kind of things to be able to try to get money? Or are you going to realize that the money in the bank had no real value anyway, because in reality, money is 75% cotton, 25% linen. Those dollars have not had gold backing since 1970 something. So are you going to lose your mind because you see numbers disappear from your account when in reality those numbers were technically not even really there? Because you do realize that the bank actually doesn't have your money, right? You do realize that they only are insured for a certain amount of money in that account, right? So if everybody decided to go in there and knock it down and say, run me my money, they can't do that. You do know that, right? When you understand these things, you don't really get caught up. See, all of these, you have to expect these things and just be prepared for these things. Well, okay, well, what do I do if things go to zero? You have creative and witty inventions in your very being. Have you been doing your work to be able to access them, to be able to have a skill set, to be able to make you money? Or have you been boggled down and clogged down with the problems of society and allowed yourself to be stressed out with employers, or stressed out in businesses, or trying to hustle backwards and do all these different type of things that are not getting you to the next level? And so now you're so tired, you can't even focus, you can't even center. You can't center because you're so exhausted and you're so tired. It doesn't even make sense for you to center. And let me tell you something, business owners, stop talking to people who not ready to invest. See, that's y'all problem. Y'all trying to save people. Leave them where they are. Because here's the thing that you are about to find out when it comes down to people. Okay? People who are focused on, oh my God, I got to get money, I got to do this. That's not your ideal client. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. Those people aren't serious. Oh my God, I got to get. You can't be trying to talk to people or get people to buy into your products who are trying to figure out the basics of life. These people don't even know that they're currency. So why the hell would they invest their currency or their last in their mind to give it to you? That's why they question every single thing you do. That's why they try to haggle you for discounts. Because in reality, they're not really ready to invest. They're looking for a quick fix because they're still looking for quick money. But they don't realize that they are money, which is why they're in that rat race, in that chase. Stop talking to them. Stop trying to sell to them. They are on the level where they're not trying to come up. They're looking for something quick. Y'all got to start talking to the people who actually can invest in you and actually pay you. What's stressing you out is the fact that you are discounting your prices and people still not paying. What's stressing you out is that you're showing up online talking to people who are in mindsets of struggle. What's stressing you out is that you ain't came out the struggle yourself, which is why you ain't seeing no sales, because you're too focused on being afraid that nobody's going to buy, which is keeping the money away from you even more. And it's wrecking your kidneys. It's wrecking your body. It's making you sick. It's raising your blood pressure. And it's all because you're trying to convince people and persuade people to buy into you. Let me tell you something. You don't have to do all that when you're operating from an authentic space, when you're operating from a free space, when you're operating from a space that isn't stressful. People know when you're trying to hustle them. Society is extremely unhinged currently. You think these people are not scoping you out to see whether or not you're trying to get over on them, their penny pinching? Why are you talking to people who literally are not, they can't focus? They not finna do no real work. Why are you trying to talk to them? You know why you talking to them? Because you're too busy trying to be relatable. And you know why you still trying to be relatable? Because you scared to level up. You scared to ascend because you don't really feel like you belong in that space, which is another element of stress. You don't really feel like you belong in that space and in that place. So you succumb to settling for, yeah, girl, I've been exactly where you are. You need to come off that. You're not there anymore. And it's okay that you're not there anymore. Align yourself authentically so the tribe that you are supposed to have at this level can see you and can show up for you and can support you, instead of you trying to drag people along, which is stressing you the hell out and killing your kidneys, and you ain't getting no cash flow, and you not making no money, all because you're afraid. Y'all, some of y'all are afraid of what you're gonna lose, afraid of what's gonna happen, afraid of you wait. The Most High is not giving you the spirit of fear at all, and literally tells you not to be afraid, not to be out here being fearful. The only fear that is spoken about is the yira fear, which is spoken about in Hebrew. Yira means fear. And what that means is to respect, to reverence, and to worship. So when it says to fear the Most High, it's saying to respect, to reverence, and to worship. And why should you do that? Why is the Most High asking you to do that? Because this is your recognition and you understanding that you are not the Almighty. You understand that there is one that is greater than you. It ain't another human, but there is one that is completely greater than you, and you are not here on your own accord and on your own strength. It is the acknowledgement and the understanding of that. That is the fear. The other stuff that y'all doing is the false evidence appearing real that society is playing on your top with, which is literally driving you into sickness, which is driving you into their beds, which is driving you into their system. And once you seem to get in their system and they got to start cutting on you one way, it seems like they never gonna stop. It's always something else that needs to be cut. When the reality of what needs to be cut is your fear. What needs to be cut is your fear. And people don't want to really get down to the bottom of that. But you need to get to the root of this, or it's going to wreck your health and ruin your business. And when you're in a space where you can't get cash flow and your health is bad, you're going to be a dependent. And you don't want to become a dependent on a system that doesn't already care about you. It's just not wise. It's not intelligent, especially when you have creative and witty inventions in your very being. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that? Let's get to number 2. Here's a second way that fear paralyzes your business and your health. There's this thing called, or destroys it. There's this thing called emotional paralysis. Fear breeds insecurity. Okay? It breeds a weak willpower. And it also gives you this crippling sense of aloofness. And I like to call that the women who fall into the category of being delusional without discernment or discipline. Okay? It's very, very important that you understand that when you allow fear to do that to you, and how fear breeds insecurity is that it operates according to your belief. Okay? Also, you are absolutely correct. It's all about what you can do for them. And when you realize that about these systems, you won't get mad at them for doing what they do. You'll just find a way to outsmart them. You'll find a way to get around their system. You'll find a way to use them like they using you. And then you make your exit when it's done. If y'all start treating these corporations and these clients that you get, like I said, the relationship whole thing, like if a relationship is you going through a revolving door, and understand when you're going through the revolving door at first, it's like fun. It's almost like your little kid, but you know that somebody got to get off. Either you gonna get off or the person gonna get off. That's how you need to view everything in this life, baby. Everything is leaving you. So deal with your abandonment issues right now, because everything is going to leave you in this earth. Period. Deal with it before it deals with you. You don't got time to be dealing with your abandonment issues when the world is at crisis. Let me tell y'all something. The stuff y'all ain't dealt with and ain't dealing with is going to eat you up. Because these people finna turn the dial up on this stuff that's going on. You think you seen something? You think you didn't seen something? You ain't seen nothing yet. And you need to get yourself together before you become emotionally paralyzed and crippled by the things that you are seeing. The Most High tells you to guard your gates. Why should you guard your gates? Because you have to guard your gates, your eyes and your ears, because if you don't, and your womb, because if you don't, guess what? You have no guard for your heart. And it tells you in scripture to guard your heart above everything else, because from it flows life. When you allow things into your ears, into your eyesight, that cause you to develop these beliefs that impact your biology and impact the way you feel out of your behavior is going to come from those things. This is how people become savages. See, you want to find out how the world can switch up real quick? Let me go ahead and help you out. Let's paint a picture. Let's just say the lights go out. Clearly, right? It could happen, as we see. Let's just say the lights go out on everything. Internet, all those things, da-da-da-da. And I think I saw in Alaska today that people couldn't call 911. Interesting, right? So if everything turns off and there are no lights, and people, and it happens for like a couple of hours, and then somebody starts to say, well, they said that it's going to be fixed in 2 days. And then next thing you know, 2 days pass and it's 4 days. Probably about day 5, day 6, you're going to start seeing the savagery in people, because the belief is that nobody's coming. The belief is that there are no active police. The belief is all the lights out, I can go do what I want. And so guess what? Belief impacts biology, and biology influences the way that you behave. So if you believe that no one is coming to save you, and you believe that this is all you have around you, watch and see what type of animals people turn into. And we've had several natural disasters to be able to give examples of exactly what this would look like. People turn into savages. People turn into all kind of different things when they feel like there is no hope, they are lost, and XYZ. So what I'm telling you is, you don't have time when you are seeing the world on fire or the country on fire. You don't have time to be like, oh my God, what do I need to do? You need to be able to be like, this is happening, let me center. What's the next move? Especially if you are a mother, or if you are a single woman out here by yourself. Point blank, period, the end. You don't have time for emotional paralysis. Nobody is going to care. Nobody is going to care. You are going to have to know how to center. See, this is why the Most High tells you to take that word and tattoo it on your heart, baby, because what you going to center with if you don't have a centering tool? If you don't know how to regulate your emotions, what is it that you're going to do? You're going to become paralyzed, which means you're going to be stuck. And I wouldn't want to be stuck in a stressful situation. I wouldn't want to be stagnant in a stressful situation, because guess what that does? It paralyzes your ability to make decisions. So now you're confused. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I don't know. All of these things. And there's nothing worse than being so scared that you can't make a decision, especially in this type of timeline, because you're going to miss opportunities to be able to get the support that you want. You're going to miss things. Okay? So it's so vital and so important that you understand that you are going to have to put your fear to sleep, because it's not even real anyway. The Most High said that you had the power to overcome the earth and overcome the things of this earth. You have forgotten that. And because you have forgotten that, you are succumbing to fear, and it is going to make you sick. Ooh, I can't wait to hear about it. I can't wait to hear about that. It's going to make you sick. And if you become sick in a society that's already struggling, that's already sick, ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. That's all I can say is ooh-wee. Let's talk about fear's attack on your organs. So not only is it going to, there's a connection between fear and kidney health, but there's also the connection between fear and emotional paralysis. But there's also the attack that fear has on your liver and on your heart. The number one disease that women are dying from, especially women of color, is heart disease. Women don't realize that the root of this heart disease actually starts with stress. It actually starts with how you actually manage your stress as well. A lot of women tend to manage their stress by eating their stress, and they tend to eat piss poor foods that completely throw their heart out of balance even more, because the body can't process the processed food. Okay? So when you allow them to riddle you with fear and you accept it and you digest it, persistent fear actually invades your liver and your heart, which causes forms of anxiety, insomnia, that's why you can't sleep, and severe emotional disturbances such as random breakdowns. You ever been in the store where you just can't control yourself? It's just everything is just, yeah. Random breakdowns. All of these things, fear. It is because of the internal chaos that literally is disrupting your ability to lead, to create, to innovate. And that's how you're going to make money. Your creations and your innovations are how you're going to make money in this new era. And you can't do that if you are allowing fear to cripple you like this. Y'all, we don't have time. Y'all don't got time to be worried about what people gonna say. Y'all need to dead that. I mean, y'all need to dead that like yesterday. Y'all can't care about this stuff. The stuff that's happening in the world right now, y'all, I wish I could just go into. Y'all are gonna see some stuff sooner than later. And if you don't get a hold of your mind, and if you don't abide by the principle laid out for you in Colossians 3:2, if you don't know how to keep your mind, society is going to have a field day with you. And when they get done, they're going to throw you away because you are disposable to them. These folks creating robots, y'all not paying attention? You're disposable to them. They realize people don't want to work no more since the pandemic, baby. This is not that. What you have to understand about anxiety and the insomnia, these are things that are common when fear has a hold of you, has a stronghold on you. Okay? These things aren't just mental issues. It's not just that. See, that ain't the only thing. Yet, people call it mental issues when they call anxiety and insomnia like, oh, it's kind of like mental issues, but they are not mental issues in my personal opinion. And this is just me. They are physical manifestations that the body is in a state of high-level overwhelm. That's what that is. In my research, in my study, in my experience, it's not a mental issue that you have anxiety. The anxiety the anxiety is a physical manifestation of the body saying, hey, we in trouble. Hey, we need help. Hey, we need to stop. Hey, we're tired. Hey, please. And the body will be screaming for years on you and you don't even know it, because you have literally shut up your intuition because you are listening to what society is telling you. And they've been lying to you the whole time, making you sick, keeping you in that space. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. This stuff is really not a joke, and your liver and your heart are literally not functioning the way they need to. No wonder so many women struggle to get pregnant. You understand how crucial and vital the liver is to the body? The liver performs over 300 functions. Oh, if you didn't know, I study energetics. So I'm a feminine mastery architect, but I have a bachelor's in psychology, a master's in human services with a concentration of social work. I have an energetic psychology degree where I study energetic psychology practitioner, because I study emotions on a cellular level, as well as I'm an emotional intelligence practitioner. So I'm not telling you something that's just, oh, it's just whatever. I'm not new to this. I'm very true to it, beloved. Thank you so much for these gifts. And what I'm telling you is that fear is ruining your liver, and your liver impacts your menstrual cycle. It impacts your ability to create. This is why so many women have issues like polycystic ovarian. I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian in 2004. They said I was never going to have this in my cycles. I had to do this, baby. I listened to the Most High for 6 months and did what I need to do. And child, look, my cycle been coming back consistently ever since. Let me tell you something. You better stop listening to these people and what these people are telling you. DM me, start your own property management company. So we can, so I can send you a couple of things for you to look at. And you tell me how that resonates with you. And see if that can support you in some ways. Okay. Your liver, anger is the emotion that's associated with the liver. So I tell women all the time, and it tells you in scripture, women are spiritually cursed. And it's because they curse themselves because they don't understand energetics, right? So spiritually, it tells you not to give anger a foothold. And because you give anger, it never tells you why. Why, if you give anger a foothold, what's actually going to happen. But when you give anger a foothold, anger scientifically has a connection to ruining your liver. And so long-term resentment weakens your liver to the point to where it blocks or it causes issues in the area of your womb. So your cycle is off, whether it's irregular or it may be too heavy. It also can cause issues if the liver is off balance. That throws the entire cycle off balance, because the liver, the heart, the spleen, and the kidneys have to be balanced for the cycle to come, right? So if you're not having a cycle right now, it's because one of those things is off balance. And if you are emotionally unstable, always anxiety driven, angry, that type of stuff, I can tell you right now that it's impacting your organs in a very rough way. If you are able to have a cycle but you are unable to actually conceive, then there is an issue possibly in the area of heart function or kidney function, because those have to be functioning at full capacity strength in order to be able to conceive. So cycles require the balance of 4 organs. Creation requires the strong function of 2 specific organs. Okay. And then carrying is a whole nother thing, because you have to make sure that your body is prepared to carry. A lot of women will have cycles, will even conceive, but struggle to carry because there's something missing within the body, okay? That's causing some issues in that area that you have to really kind of pay attention to, okay? Like I said, though, with anger specifically, it ruins the liver and it ruins the menstrual cycle, and it can also make you go blind. So I always tell women, when we're dealing with liver issues, and I'll even say this for myself, when I had very severe polycystic ovarian syndrome symptoms, I had a lot of resentment for the men in my family growing up, because I felt like they should have done things differently, and I carried that resentment into adulthood, and I literally didn't have a cycle. Like my liver was just okay. And I also had a call with a queen who is having some liver issues, and she was saying how she did this liver detox and she did this and she did that, and none of these things are working for her. And I had to ask her, but she also told me she had a lot of resentment, so I had to explain to her or ask her, do you think your liver is open to receive whatever it is that you're trying to detox, when it's already beat up? It's not in good health. It can't even receive, hey love, it can't even receive what the nutrients or the things you're trying to do to be able to support it, because it's so beat up. So it requires a release first of that energetics, and then going into the space of trying to receive, okay? Because that really, really, really makes a huge difference. People want to talk about addressing diet, like carrots, is the connection between your eyes and your liver. So carrots are really good for I believe the liver, if I'm not mistaken. And so carrots are good for the liver and they're good for the eyes. So, but it don't make a difference for you to be eating a bunch of carrots if you're still going to be carrying a lot of anger, because that's going to mess with the liver. So anytime we're dealing with liver work, we always want to pay attention to anger. Anytime we're dealing with different elements of fear, like worry, worry specifically attacks the spleen. Okay, so there are emotions that are associated with each organ, and you have to be very careful with yourself. And these things, you can, like I said, you can go look these things up. These things are all over. There's a lot of information about it in regards to like Eastern medicine. So vital and so important. But I understand that in the West, medicine is done very differently. But I can only tell you what I know, and I can only tell you what I've experienced. And I used to be the one with no period, or having a period for 30 days and then not stopping it. All these things. And what I can tell you is that how I lost 90 pounds and how I ended up reversing all of these things is because I healed my energetics. And I had to lift these spiritual curses of giving anger a foothold. I had to release these things in order to be able to receive my healing. A lot of y'all can't receive certain things because honestly, you're blocked. You're blocked and beat down. And your organs require release and nourishment in order for them to get to where they need to be. Okay? So this whole thing about your fear is not just attacking, you know, your emotions, or it's attacking your kidneys, your liver, and your heart. And all I'm trying to figure out is that really worth it? Especially when these things, some of these things are even not even true, but you're taking them in as true. Okay? So number 4, here's society's role in perpetuating that fear that you got going on. Okay? The world feeds your insecurities. They live off of it, because if you're insecure, then you'll continue to compare yourself, and you'll continue to compare yourself, then you'll continue to be afraid that you're not good enough, so you'll spend a whole lot of money on things that don't really have any real value, or you'll do a whole bunch of different things. You'll buy into their systems because you don't feel good enough. And I think the thing that people don't realize is society is a creation of man. Man is a creation of the Creator. Why are you allowing a creation of man to tell you who you are and how you should be and how you should operate when they didn't create you? And when you come under that understanding that they didn't create you, then they have no hold on you. They have no bearing on you. They have no shackles on you. And when you free yourself from those shackles, then you can hack your own sim and break the matrix. The only way that you can break this matrix is for you to hack your own sim, which is you hacking your subconscious mind, or your subconscious thoughts around your identity and your levels of mastery within yourself, so that you can rise above this. I don't have conversations and arguments with people about, oh, women need to make more money. I can make whatever amount of money that I desire, that I want to make, if I just solely put my mind to that and make sure that that's an alignment for my life. There's nothing for me to be able to make that money. I don't have to argue or fight with somebody else. See, I don't, and it's the thing, I don't even get into the whole, nobody has their foot on my neck. I'm a child of the Creator. I'm a daughter of the Most High. Nobody has their foot on my neck. The only foot on my neck is my own. See, nobody can stop me from doing the things that I desire to do but me. These are decisions that I make. If I think that somebody is better than me, and I think that this person is holding something over me, then they'll have something over me. But the reality is, the only shackles you have are the ones you put on yourself. And a lot of these shackles come from the things that you believe in regard to yourself. Because then that sets the tone for the pattern of how you treat yourself. So if you are a person that's out here believing everything that somebody say, you out here running around like a scary cat, comparing yourself to everything, trying to do it. No. Society positions you to play with you by selling you stories that make you sick, then selling you solutions to so-called solve the problem of that sickness. And when you begin to pay attention to the pattern of that and how they do that, you can break the cycle. But a lot of people don't break the cycle because you don't really pay attention. Society is literally designed to keep you scared and to keep you in check, from the news to social media to the constant bombardment of fear and, of you stepping out of your comfort zone. It's time for you to recognize the game and break free of that. And the way that you break free of that is learning how to regulate your emotions. Learning how to center when everything is going on at crisis. You don't have any more time to play and wait on people. Leave them. And I'm telling you, leave them, or they will be your downfall. And I don't know who that's for, but you know you need to leave them exactly where they at. I don't care if it's a man, I don't care if it's a friend, I don't care who it is. But you need to leave them where they are, because they're going to hold you back. And in this season, you better be very, very careful that the people you are not carrying do not turn around and cross you. Because when resources and things get low and things start happening, you get to see the realness about who people are. And I hope that you're paying attention. Society literally, they want to keep you in a state of paralysis and controlled by them. And they thrive off your lack of security. They know that you believe more so in the money than you do the Most High, which is why they can play with your mind about money. When the Most High told you that the love of money is the root of all evil, because why are you trying to worship something like that? Why are you worshiping cotton? It's giving slavery. I promise y'all don't want to be called slaves at all, but the way you worship cotton is insane. Because like I said, you can look up on Google, money is made of 75% cotton, 25% linen. We talking about the dollars here. And that's point blank period, the end. So you worship cotton. So we really need to get into it, and we need to think about these things. You're going to be required to break this cycle if you want to be able to collect cash flow in the midst of everything that's going on. Without managing your fear, you can't create the consistent cash flow that you really desire, because you'll be too busy thinking that people don't have money. See, people be thinking, oh, nobody has money, everybody is tight. This is what I'm hearing. I'm like, I'm not seeing a lot of people doing the traveling and stuff like that. And it's like, people money tight, people tight. Money is still being spent. The money is still residing. It's just over your head. See, and I'm trying to tell you, when the conversations around you are, girl, yeah, people ain't got no money. I ain't got no money for that. I got to check my account. That's because the money is above you. I'm telling you right now, money is being spent. If you are in relationships with friends and people and colleagues, and all they're saying to you is, oh my God, I gotta check my account, I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't, money is tight, girl, I gotta check this, is the da-da-da. The money is above you. You're not in the right circle. You're not in the right circle. Hey, my love, you're not in the right circle. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You're not. If the people around you are consistently talking about how broke they are and what they don't have, that means the money is above you. And if you don't get above the conversation that you having, you ain't finna get none. You ain't finna get none. I told y'all this last year that the Great Divide is happening, and the Great Divide is here. Stop talking to the women who stop trying to sell to the women who worry about men. Stop trying to sell to the women. Stop trying to sell a service to them about changing their life, when all they want to do is change their man, change to a new one. Stop talking to them, because they're not gonna have they're not gonna be ready. They're not gonna be ready. Stop talking to people who keep saying, well, ain't no money, ain't this. Stop talking to them. Stop trying to carry people and be crutches for people, because they're gonna cause you chaos. This stuff ain't getting no easy, it ain't getting no cheap, it ain't getting no, it's not going back to normal. Hang it up. Hang it up. And when they start trying to give y'all these checks, UBI type checks and stuff, y'all better know something is coming, because ain't no such thing as a free lunch. You need to learn how to create your own cash flow as a woman. You ain't got no excuse, especially right now, because in 2024 right now, you could be making a whole lot of money. Money is being spent over your head. You ain't getting none. And it's this creator economy right now is $250 billion economy. There are women who literally are on TikTok all day selling sheets and cups and stuff like that, and clocking $200,000 a year. And you want to sit over here and talk to me about how you need to sleep with a man and scam a man to get money? Baby, wake up. Wake up. They sold you sucker programming that didn't even work for them. Where did the City Girl programming get them? Where did it get us as a society? Where did we go? Did we get anywhere? No. A bunch of women out here selling themselves, when in reality, they don't even have to sell themselves. Crazy work. Imagine Imagine having creative and witty inventions in your very being. Imagine having millions and riches of millions of dollars in value within your very being and laying on your back to get a few $1,000s. That's what I'm talking about when I say belief impacts biology and biology influences the way you behave. That's why you gotta guard your gates. Because it literally tells you in scripture in Proverbs 8 and 12 that you have creative and witty inventions in your very being. That's what it tells you. And I would even say, I would take it a little bit deeper than no self-respect. I would take it deeper that you don't know your identity. That's just really the reality of it. Women don't know their identity. They do it, a lot of them do what they're told. Whether it's told by their mother, told by their job, told by their friends, told by their man. They do what they're told. And a lot of women who do what they're told in that sense is because they don't know what to do. And they don't know who they are. And because they don't know these things about themselves, they position themselves to be played and played with. And they give permission to things that play with them. And that causes them long-term problems that nobody really speaks on because they're too busy focusing on this what you could do to get the paper, when really this is what you could do to get the paper. But you choose. They choose. Without managing your fear, you'll never create the cash flow that you want. Not consistently. Fear clouds your judgment. It drains your energy. And it traps you in a cycle of inaction because you are so scared. Okay? The hard truth of this is, and like I said, I didn't want to do this live today, but I'm just going to tell y'all, something else is coming sooner than later. And if you don't get a grip on your emotions, you are sabotaging your business. You are sabotaging your health. Cash flow, consistent cash flow, comes from clear, decisive actions, not being stuck in fear. Recognize and manage and transform that fear into power so that you can actually move. But you can't do that if you don't know how to emotionally regulate. If you don't know how to regulate your nervous system. Because this is going to be very important in this process. Okay? So, with that being said, there is a masterclass that I have coming. It is going to support you in literally calming your nervous system. This is not a, I normally have masterclass like, oh, you do this for business and this and this and that. This is for your business, but most importantly, this is for your life. This is for your life. If you don't know how to regulate your nervous system, be prepared to be dependent and be a slave on a system that doesn't care about you if you ever get sick. Now, there are certain things that you just can't, the things that are going to come in life. Everybody got their own set of pain. But I'm not a fan of making yourself sick when you don't have to. We all have our assigned amount of pain and struggle in this life. We add to most of it. Like literally, wasn't it like when they was in the wilderness, they was in the wilderness all that time, but they only was supposed to be in there, I think, for 11 days. It was an 11-day journey. And them folks ended up being up in there 40 years. That's how we do. That's how deterred we can get. We get so off track that we put our life okay? The Command Your Cash Flow, Calming the Nervous System to Unleash Wealth Masterclass is happening on 7/25, which is on a Thursday. It's an innovative masterclass designed for ambitious creatives, powerhouse business owners who want to be able to center themselves so that they can actually make the best decisions, so that they can continue to have financial growth no matter what is happening. Because let me tell y'all something. Money is always moving. It's moving over your head. Even when the dollar crash, another currency is going to bring. And if you ain't been paying attention, I'm just going to give you one hint. I would be looking at XRP. I would look at it if I were you. Because the minute the dollar is gone, it's just going to be something else that pop up. Money ain't going nowhere. Money ain't going nowhere, baby. The dollar may be going somewhere, but money isn't going anywhere. Money is just going to be very, very clear on who it's attracted to in this season upcoming. And money belongs to the creatives, the observers, and the implementers in this season. And if you don't get in line, XRP, if you don't get in line, one of these lines, you're going to be standing in the line waiting on somebody to help you and save you and serve you. If you don't get a hold of your fear, okay? Here are the key components that I'm going to be talking about in this class. You're going to understand the nerve, because people will tell you, oh, you need to calm your nervous system. No, you need to know what you're calming. And that's what I'm going to break down for you. You need to understand the nervous system, okay, and how it works, how the stress operates to the body. Because what this masterclass is really going to do for you, the minute you start stressing out, you're going to have a decision to make. Quick. And I mean quick. Because that's the type of mood, that's the kind of energy you're going to have to be on. Y'all ain't been working out? You need to start working out, because you need to be able to. What if you need to run? What if you just need to up and move? What if you need to up and be mobile? You need to really pay attention to these things, okay? When we're talking about understanding the nervous system and how it operates, you need to be like, okay, you got a message that something is going on. You need to be able to center yourself for a second. Give me a second. I need to think. The next move needs to be what you finna do. That's what this supports you in doing. It supports you in snapping out of the emotion, acknowledging it. Because, see, what women do a lot of times is that we see the emotion and then we become consumed with it. And because we're consumed with it, then we can't do anything else. Oh, I'm going through a breakup. I can't go to work today. I'm calling out. I can't do that. Baby, you can't do nothing when the heart ain't doing what it needs to do. Why do you think the Most High tells you to guard your heart above everything else? Because from it flows life. That is not just literal. It's figuratively too. If you can't find your positioning of joy, which joy is connected to the heart, and you're always in a space of grief, you're going to find yourself having some issues in the chest area. Grief is connected to the lungs. This is why you notice when people start crying and they really start losing, they almost start losing their breath. Yeah. Grief is connected to the lung area and the breathing. Okay? So when I tell y'all, this stuff is not a game, it's going to be a lot of grief coming in this upcoming world. There's going to be a lot of different things that are going to be happening. You're going to have to choose. Am I about to allow this energy to run through my body and tear up my organs? Or am I about to transmute this energy up so I can execute and do what it is that I need to do in this moment to get me and mine wherever we need to be? You don't have time for the other stuff. You don't. Now is the time for balance. So you're going to understand how the nervous system works. You're going to understand the science of the nervous system, the art of calming the nervous system, the nervous system's impact on your creativity and your ability to create wealth, as well as techniques to calm your nervous system. So I'm not just going to tell you about it. Oh, it's an art and a science to it. I'm going to give you the techniques because you need them. And the techniques I'm giving you are techniques that I used to give in a program I had called the Leading with Lipstick program. And I taught a lot of them. And that's why they still booming in business right now. My 2021 class, I taught them this to regulate their nervous system. And that's my class where I got the five figure that hit six figures, the six figures that hit mostly six figures, the one who ended up growing her account to where she ended up getting celebrity clients and growing her YouTube account to almost over 100 something thousand. They knew how to calm their nervous system while the entire world was losing it. They knew how to center themselves so they can get cash flow. And that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. You want to know how I hit six figures after going through a divorce that was crippling me and had me in my, very messed up mentally? The fact that I even had to go through that, I centered and calmed my nervous system. And that following year, I took that energy and that pain and transmuted it up, and I created a six-figure business from that pain. And I stayed centered. And I was being attacked in all kind of ways in that experience. But what did I do? I regulated my emotions and I stayed centered so that I could create. Because I knew that I needed to live a different life, because the life that I thought I was going to be living as a wife with this particular husband has now shifted. So what are you going to do? Just imagine if I would have cried about it and sat there and just cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and got crippled by that. If I got crippled by that, I would not have been able to create a new reality, becoming a digital nomad, traveling the entire world, building a six-figure business from the ground up, working from any and everywhere. I wouldn't have been able to do those things if I did not center myself. If I did not know how to calm my nervous system down, if I didn't know emotional intelligence, if I didn't know how to regulate my emotions. These are skill sets that you are gonna need. This ain't something, oh, I want to calm my, you gonna need this, especially if you have children, especially if you have families, especially if you are the one in your family that spearheads and leads. You're gonna need to be able to have emotional intelligence, because everybody else gonna be panicking. You're gonna be panicking too. Y'all gonna have to grow up and wake up. Leave the people who ain't trying to get themselves together. Stop trying to drag them, because you are throwing your nervous system out of balance worrying about people who are not concerned about themselves. Okay? Everybody has had their opportunity and their time to be able to do it, and they still got an opportunity in time. But they better figure that out. That's not your job to, you brought them to the water, you ain't finna make them drink. Okay? You're also going to learn the grounding, not grinding, for cash flow, which is going to support you in shifting immediately. And I do mean immediately, from that hustle mindset and mentality to a wealth creation approach, ensuring more long-term financial growth and personal well-being. The hustle is dead. They tricked you. They tricked you into thinking, if I keep working hard, I keep doing. See, now it started out, I just want y'all to pay attention. Just pay attention to the patterns. I just be here to observe. I'm just saying. Pay attention to how they push this whole agenda for you to be hustling. Pay attention to, in the midst of them telling you this is how you get your money, you can work hard and do this and do that to be able to get X, Y, Z. Notice how they continue to raise the price points on things, and they begin to let everything swell up. Okay? While telling you, just keep working hard. Everything's swelling up and raising, but the price that they paying you, that the money that you're making, the income that you're bringing in, while they're telling you to work harder, work harder, work harder. And you keep chasing this thing thinking that if you work harder and you hustle and you stay up and you lose sleep and you throw your body out of balance, that you are going to be successful. And when you realize, now that everyone is waking up and realizing that, guess what? A lot of those people that had side hustles, they need them to survive now. Y'all don't see how they played y'all. They played y'all by telling y'all a lie, saying that people work hard to get their money when the wealthy make money work for them. That's the truth. Then they let you trick yourself into oblivion by giving you things like, oh, this is Black Girl Magic, giving you praise because you know you like a good clap. You like a good dog and pony show. So they clap and tell you, oh my goodness, you're doing so great. They give you accolades. They give you achievements, knowing doggone well that your health is literally descending. And while they're doing all of this and you have all these side hustles and people are clapping you up and you're getting all this recognition, you are sick. You are struggling and you need that side hustle to survive. And that's really why you ain't quit, because you're trying to live up to this image that's in this story that society has sold you, when it's really making you sick. The side hustle was a side hustle into getting people into the system of sickness. Y'all ain't paid attention to that. Let me run that back again, because I don't think y'all understood what I'm saying. Do you realize that society has told you to do all of this work, to exhaust yourself into oblivion, to get all of this so-called praise and approval and accolades and a so-called false appreciation, just to turn around and make you have to stick with it and keep it because you need it to now survive, because now you built your lifestyle around this so-called extra side hustle, which really it was hustling you. And now everyone is so sick and overwhelmed and overstimulated and have anxiety and have all of these things and overworked and still underpaid. Still underpaid. I ain't never seen a person with side hustles and 3 jobs and have enough money. And this is coming from someone who used to be a chronic side hustler type of person. I had 3 things going on and I still didn't have no money. I still don't have no money. It's a trick. It's a gimmick. Because they know if you stop If you actually stopped and did what Psalm 46:10 said, which is to be still and know that the Most High is the Most High. If you really sat still long enough to really get in tune with the really truth of who you are, and you understood your identity, baby, they would be in trouble. And they know that because you wouldn't be as easy to control, because you wouldn't be so dependent upon their systems. So it's not easy for them to make you a slave to them, which puts you in a better position to actually be successful. Hello. Girl, they changed it. I didn't even know. Kendra, they changed it? I had no clue. Why is this thing doing this? Oh no. Oh, hold on. Something is wrong with my there we go. Facebook is doing something. Something is wrong where I can't oh wait. Hold on, y'all, because they have the thing coming on here that where I can try to verify my thing, but it won't let me for some reason. I don't know. It may kick me out. I'm hoping it don't, but it won't show me this image, so I can do it. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah. All right, I think we back. It's okay, good deal. The setup used to be completely different. Same everything. Oh wow. Oh wow. No, I didn't know they was doing that. That's crazy work. I ain't surprised though. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. That's crazy work. Y'all, let me say this. Don't let fear cripple you, because that's the plan. To feed you with all of this fear so you won't do what you need to do. I'm here to tell you that you don't have the time that you think that you have, and you really need to focus. And if you are struggling to calm your nervous system and regulate your emotions, then you need to be in that class. The class is $200. You can get it with Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay. There's a link in the bio to be able to get access to it. It is going to be a powerful class. I don't know if I'm going to resell that. It's definitely necessary in its time, because that formula is massive. Like I said, it really supported a lot of my clients during the time of the pandemic. Just don't waste no time, y'all. Stop wasting time. Stop trying to save people. Just stop. It's time out for all of that. So you can click the link in the bio to be able to learn more about... Why is this thing not moving? Okay. You can click the link in the bio to learn more about this masterclass. It's happening on 6/25. Why am I saying 6, girl? It's July 25th. You're welcome. It's July 25th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You do get access to the replay, and the reason why I want y'all to really have access to this replay, because I need y'all to be able to use this, because you're going to need to be able to master this technique, and the more you do it, the more it's going to be natural and normal to you, and you'll be freaking out less and less about the things that you see. We are not dealing with humans. We are dealing with principalities in darkness, okay? And you need to understand that. And you can't, your fear ain't finna fight the darkness, okay? It's gonna feed it. Your fear is not gonna fight the darkness. It's going to feed it, because guess what? Demons can only enter into dark spaces. They can't enter into light, baby. They can't enter into light. They cannot enter into light. Okay? They can only enter into dark spaces. Don't allow yourself to get to such a dark space because they like to start playing with your mind. When you get on the frequencies of fear, when you get on the frequencies of anger, when you get on the frequencies of guilt and apathy and different things like that, they like to play with your mind because those are destructive vibrational states. The first thing that needs to happen is, if you are on any of those states, is to calm your nervous system by becoming rooted in spiritual truth. You elevating that and being rooted in that is going to elevate and help you transmute up to the level of courage, which is the highest vibration. The first level of high vibrational state is courage. You're going to go from fear or anger or whatever destructive level that you're on into the state of courage, which is going to position you up for things like enlightenment, love, peace. Those are the creation vibrational states. The destructive vibrational states are anger, fear, apathy, and guilt. Let me tell y'all something. If you are on those frequencies right now, you can only attract other people who are on those frequencies. And my strong suggestion to you is to hurry up and get off those frequencies. Because as Earth turns up, the dial on those frequencies are going to turn up. And like my mother always said, don't mess with a scared person, because a scared person will really hurt you. They'll really harm you. And what you have to understand is that on the level of fear, you ain't got nothing but a bunch of scary people. And when people get real scared, they get real desperate and they start doing things. Transmute your energy up. And you can do that by calming your nervous system and understanding your own science as a woman. The time of you not knowing your science as a woman is over with. The time of you not knowing your science as a woman is over with. You need to understand the way your nervous system works. So you need to be in this masterclass on the 25th. Like I said, it's $200. You can get a recliner, firm, and afterpay. It's called Command Your Cashflow. And this is you calming the nervous system to be able to unleash wealth. Because it is a priority right now for you to get in control of your emotions. All that, oh, I need to be more feminine. Shut it up. You are feminine by design. If ain't nobody told you, you are feminine by design. You just need to learn how to live in that energy and lean into the energy of the masculine principle that is also within yourself, known as left brain energy, which is the logic aspect of things. So you need to learn how to bounce between both, because you're going to need both to be able to thrive in this era, okay? Especially as a business owner, you need the feminine aspect, which is your nurturing, your creativity, all those great things. And then you need the masculine aspect of that, which is actually going to start taking the process of, let me do this work. Let me take action and actually do this. Then you can sit back in your feminine and receive. But you're going to have to first get in your feminine to be able to even inspire the creation. Then when you create, you in the masculine piece, and then you come back to the feminine and you collect the check. That's the way it goes. But if you can't center yourself emotionally, you won't ever get inspired. Therefore, you won't create. Therefore, you won't receive. Simple. Okay? What questions do you guys have for me? Congratulations to those who, I see people already purchasing tickets. Congratulations to those who are purchasing tickets. What questions do you guys have for me currently before I get ready to get off here? Because y'all, like I said, please don't let fear ruin your kidneys and your business. Don't let it deplete your please. Don't let these people make you sick. Please don't let society do this to you with that fear-mongering programming. Yes, things are happening in the world. Yes. Things are happening in the world. This is very, very true. You prepare your mind. That's what it is. What can we do? Prepare your mind. Prepare your mind and your spirit to be open. Because this masterclass is really going to be powerful. Because, like I said, you can command your cash flow. When you think about, I want you to really think about it. And I'm not even I'm just going to put y'all on game real quick. Okay? I've been sending emails to get a testimony form, but it keeps returning emails. Ooh, Layla, really? Girl, I'm about to cry. Don't tell me that. Okay, so I'm gonna send you an email to send it to. Girl, I cannot believe that. Let me get my system right. Jeez, I forgot what I say right before that, y'all. Don't let this thing kill your kidneys. Please don't. Don't let stress. What's happening in society is going to happen. The earth is due for the reset. Is what it is. If you read scripture. Prepare your mind. The biggest thing is that you're going to have to do, like I said, is really learn these techniques to calm your nervous system. Because y'all ain't seen nothing yet. and people tell you that, oh, you need your nervous system needs to be calm. I'm finna show you exactly how to calm your nervous system. I'm finna show you so you know when your nervous system is off. When you get in the presence of somebody and you feel like, you're gonna know, because people will tell you, oh, you need to. There are aspects of your nervous system that actually need to be calmed down. And you do that by becoming rooted. How do you calm down or calm your nervous system down? With your beliefs. The problem is we believe a lot of lies, and that throws our body into an anxious state. The minute you, and I'm going to give you an example too, because you'll hear people say things, and everything I give you is going to come from scripture, science, and psychology. You'll hear people talk about in different Eastern religions, where they speak about like the chakra systems and different things like that. Okay, so what that basically is speaking about is your bottom, which is your root, which is your adrenals. What I talked about today. Your adrenals are two balls that sit on top of your kidneys. When people blow or they get really, really stressed out and they blow their kidneys, they're technically blowing their adrenals. Those two hormones that are sitting up there, right? Those things get blown due to things like lack of security, not feeling safe, not feeling like you have enough money. Well, how do I ground myself in that and get rooted in that so I don't feel like that? You use the spiritual belief and take it as truth, and you take it as medicine. Well, what does that mean? That means that you digest scriptures like the Most High supplies all of my needs according to his riches and glory. You don't just digest that, but you actually believe that. That belief is going to activate the biology to actually calm the biology down, because that belief is taken and accepted as a confirmation of truth. See, the feminine, and what people don't tell you about femininity in the feminine is rooted in faith. The feminine is rooted in the fact that she's taken care of. When I'll say this again and I'm going to scream it to the end. When Eve got here, she didn't say where the light's at. She didn't say where the food at. She didn't say what we going to be doing, what's going on. Everything was laid out for her. So why you think that things are not going to be laid out for you? Because you don't believe. And because you don't believe, your biology activates anxiety, which has you worrying about money and puts you in position to love and worship money when money ain't nothing but 75% cotton, 25% linen. Period. And now because you are worshiping money, you're in violation of spiritual law, and that's why you have no access to none. Money is not attracted to you because you're so desperate and you're not rooted in the fact and the belief that you're taken care of. Therefore, that root chakra that people are talking about is not grounded. So you're not really grounded in the earth element of yourself, because you are made up of earth, water, fire, and air. And because you're not grounded in the actual earth that is you, you can't step into that reality. Therefore, you have no foundation to create on. So there is no creation, there is no innovation, and there is no cash flow. Why? Because the nervous system is a wreck. And it's all because you don't believe. So, you should be in my masterclass with me teaching you how to calm your nervous system down. Because that's your issue. And a lot of women have been saying, I'm really glad that you're speaking on this, because a lot of people are not speaking on the truth about what's going on things. And I'm going to put you on another game. I didn't even think I was going to give y'all this one. But let me go. Congratulations. Somebody just bought another ticket to the masterclass that's happening. But let me let you know something else. And I talked about it a little bit earlier, because there are a lot of women who have anxiety issues and who have IBS. Let me help you out, because I'm going to tell you what your doctors don't really pay attention to. You know, they tell you to manage your stress, but they don't really tell you what the true tea is. Your chronic worry, your control issues, and your desperation, i.e. your anxiousness, are the root of your internal balance struggle. IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. You know what happens when you chronically worry and when you chronically have control issues and you're chronically operating from a frequency of desperation? You have an internal balance struggle. And the internal balance struggle is actually that you've thrown your spleen out of balance. And the spleen is responsible for working with the stomach, because it sits at the top aspect of it. So it works with the top aspect of the stomach. And because the spleen can't do its job, because it's so stressed out because of your worry, your control issues, and your desperation, it's out of balance. And because it's out of balance, it can't function right. Therefore, you have constipation issues. You have digestive issues, because guess what? In order to get rid of the rotten fruit, One must heal the root. And the root of your issue is your lack of belief in the one that created you, that you worry about everything else instead of actually being rooted in your beliefs. That's why I be saying a lot of y'all be faulty people of God. Because y'all be lying. Y'all really faithless. That's real. A lot of y'all are real faithless. And your faithlessness is what makes you sick. You understand that overthinking is a sign of faithlessness? Overthinking makes you sick. It's a lack of belief. And it literally tells you in scripture, if you lack belief and you go before the Most High and ask him for things, he won't even hear you. It tells you that in James 1. See, that's why all that crying and whining you doing about what you want and God help me, and you really don't believe, and that's why it's not happening for you, because God does not honor that. And if you don't believe me, like I said, everything I tell you going to come from scripture, science, and psychology. Go read James 1 yourself. The reason why you sick because you let fear get a hold of you when the Most High told you literally that fear is not of the Most High. The Most High did not give you the spirit of fear. Literally gave you the power of a sound and calm, well-balanced mind, a disciplined mind. A disciplined mind is a mind. When they say a sober mind, see, people think, oh, you need to be sober-minded. To be sober-minded means to be of disciplined mind. Y'all be trying to use it for alcohol and all. To be sober-minded means to be of disciplined mind. That's why I tell you, queens, that whole delusional moment, yeah, it's cool to be delusional, and it's cool to have delusional goals, but you got to have discernment and discipline. If you don't have both of those, baby, you are headed for self-destruction. Literally tells you that in John 10:10. It tells you that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. You know how the enemy destroys? Number one, the enemy don't do nothing but put you in front of you and let you destroy yourself by stealing your own joy. See, you steal your own joy by participating in experiences that don't serve you. You steal your own joy by saying yes to things you know you should say no to. You steal your own joy, which slowly begins to kill your confidence. And see, killing of the confidence is a breaking of the spirit. That's what you don't understand. When a killing of the confidence is a breaking of your spirit. So when you have no joy, which is a spiritual fruit, ting, when you have no confidence, because the spirit is broken, ting, you have no choice but to self-destruct. And that's what society does. It steals your joy. It kills your confidence in order for you to self-destruct. And they do this all because you don't know who you are. You don't know that on the other end of that, the Messiah came to give you life and give you life abundant. Self-destruct, and they do this all because you don't know who you are. You don't know that on the other end of that, the Messiah came to give you life and give you life abundant. I ain't got no money coming in. We understand that the money is us. We are the bag. So if we are taking care of the bag and we are pouring into the well, why would there not be overflow? And we're serving from the overflow. And universal law, spiritual law, tells you that God is not. Why would there not be overflow? And we're serving from the overflow. And universal law, spiritual law, mess up your kidneys. Because you ain't going to be able to manage your water metabolism. Fear is going to make you paralyzed emotionally. And you're not going to be able to make decisions in the moments that you need to make decisions. Fear is going to ruin your liver and your heart. So then you're going to start having issues with your cycle. Oh, and did you know that if you're having issues with your liver and it's so bad that you can go blind? Anger can make you go blind. You ever heard of blind rage? Let's break that down real quick. You know how the Most High tells you don't give anger a foothold and yada, 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 because, it causes all this bitterness. Well, bitterness literally ruins your liver. So when it ruins your liver, that means that the blood that's supposed to go to your eyes, that nourishes your eyes, it doesn't happen. So you start getting dry eyes and eventually you go blind. Y'all see the connection between people who have type 2 diabetes and them ending up going blind. You know why they end up going blind? Because of the issues that happen with the liver. See, they don't tell you that all of these things start with your energy and motion, because by definition, emotion means energy and motion. They don't tell you about that. You know why people are sick the way they are? Because of the energy and motion and the chemical energy within their body. Well, what's the chemical energy, El? The chemical energy is the food that you eat, the things that you intake. So we have the chemical energy, and then we have the energy and motion that actually impact how the organs in the body actually functions. And because women are so crippled with fear, they're ruining their liver, they're messing up their heart, which is why we're dying of heart disease. at rapid rates. And this is happening because we fall into the trap of society perpetuating fear. The world feeds on your insecurities, your constant comparison, and the fact that you're afraid of everything, even though they made you that way. And they did this to make you that way so that you can stay in the state of paralysis and be controlled by them. Because if you lack security, then guess what? You're going to be looking for them to secure you. And that's what they want. Because they want to make you their slave, because their security don't come cheap. Hello. Their security doesn't come, it costs. It costs. And the crazy part, the craziest work about it all, they won't even tell you it costs. They just gonna take they're gonna take their cut though. They're gonna take their cut though. But if you, like I said, want to break this cycle, and if you don't, and I'm just being honest with you, if you don't get a grip on your emotions and stop sabotaging your business, your gifts, ain't no consistent cash flow coming for you. Because like I said, that comes from you having clear, decisive action. It comes from you not being stuck in fear. It comes from you recognizing, managing, and transforming your fear into fearlessness and transmuting that energy up. Yes, you're going to see a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff around. Oh, I ain't even going to say that. It's a lot of stuff around this thing that's supposed to be happening in November. Y'all better recognize and pay attention the next couple of weeks, couple of days, today. I'm trying to tell you now to prepare you now that you need to be calming your nervous system. So like I said, I'm hosting a masterclass called Command Your Cashflow, calming the nervous system to unleash wealth. You are going to have tunnel vision, because you're about to see a bunch of crazy stuff that is really about to pop off. And if you think I'm lying, you think I'm playing, ask the people that's been following me for years and things keep coming to fruition. I don't even refer to myself as no type of prophetess or even prophetic. I don't, because that term honestly scares me. But what I do tell you is that I'm definitely a messenger. And I allow the Most High to give me the messages. And when the Most High give me the messages, they don't miss. And this one ain't from me, because I had a whole nother message for y'all. So when I tell y'all something is coming, and you need to be able to calm your nervous system like this so you can make some real decisions about your family and your life, I'm not telling you nothing. That's just whatever. I'm not new to this. I'm very true to it. The last time I felt this strongly was around the pandemic. And around that time, that's when I helped my clients shoot up. So I'm telling you that fear is crippling your kidneys. It is ruining your business and your creativity. And without creativity, okay, there is no innovation, and without no innovation, there is no income. So, baby, do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. Period. Do what you need to do. The two Bible verses you mentioned, James 1 and John 10:10. Yeah, I would say read the entire chapter of James. Honestly, James is a very short book. I would read the entire book, to keep it real with you. Because it's some real good practical living balance in that space. I would really do that, especially if you're trying to work on your communication with the Most High. I would literally study James 1 so to make sure you have no doubt, because you can't approach the Almighty with doubt in your heart, because doubt literally is sin. Doubt, fear, and lust are sins, because sin by definition means you miss the mark. Okay? Fear, doubt, and lust cause you to miss the mark. So the actual sin is allowing yourself to sit in those three stages. So when you come before the Most High, and it tells you that in James, that you are to come open and confidently, basically. You should be asking with confidence. You really should be using the law of assumption when you be approaching the Most High. You already got to be on the type of time, like, if this is not against the Most High's will, if this is an alignment for my life, and this is going to give me joy, I'm going to ask with full confidence. Let's get it popping. And when I tell you, for me, that works very well, especially in business, because I write letters in advance to the Most High, thanking him for things. I will write, thank you, Most High, for my sold out masterclass. Thank you for giving me the message to be able to do XYZ. Thank you for this. And guess what? My masterclass sold out. Period. You are supposed to be coming to the Most High with full confidence when you are asking for things. But see, you can't do that if you ain't righteous. And when I say righteous, I'm speaking about you walking the pathway that you are supposed to be on. I ain't talking about how somebody else see you. See, your conversation and your pathway and your journey with the Most High is not on three-way. Your mama ain't gotta understand. I ain't gotta understand. Your sister, your daughter, your auntie, your nanny, ain't nobody gotta understand. But you need to be on assignment and you need to understand. Even if you are looking crazy out here in these streets, the Most High, the vision that He gave you is provisions in that vision. I'm sitting before you. I am a literal walking provision. The Most High literally provides. I don't know who gonna do what. I don't know who gonna pay what. I don't know who gonna buy into what. I don't know who come into what. But what I know is that if I continue to sow seeds of value, the Most High has no choice but to honor His own law that says God is not mocked, for whatever man sows you shall reap. If you are sowing value, creating impact across the globe, the Most High is going to provide for you. And that's the belief that I have. And that's how I've been able to run around here in this 6-figure business. Don't play with it. It ain't me. That's why I'm trying to tell you I had to put my fear aside. See, for a long time, I struggled to lose weight because I was scared of what was going to look like on the other side. I didn't know if I could, what was that going to be like for me to really, I was scared to hit secret. I would hold myself back. Ain't no more time for that. Stop holding yourself back. Calm your nervous system down and create like your life depends on it, because it does. Especially if you are here by yourself as a woman, especially if you have children. Okay? Drop your questions. What questions do you guys have for me? Congratulations to those who have bought tickets already to the Command Your Cashflow masterclass, where I'm going to be teaching you how to calm your nervous system in order to unleash wealth. If you do not know, your womb is a wealth creation center. Okay? Your womb, is a wealth creation center, not just literally, but figuratively as well. Just like I told you guys, there are 4 key organs that need to be in balance in order for a cycle to come. What that is, in order for you to create, for you to be able to conceive as well, is you have to be functioning strong. This is just not, okay? This is just not for the physical aspect. You need to be balanced in order to have a cycle, a creation cycle. You need to be functioning strong in order to conceive ideas. This is not just a physical thing. This is spiritual. The war that everybody keeps talking about, World War III, is spiritual. It's in you. It ain't on you. That's why they playing with your mind the way they are. And if you don't know how to ground yourself, you will find yourself being a slave to their systems because you have made yourself sick. And like I said, I would not want to be sick in the world in a crisis like this. I would not want to have to go and deal with sickness and depend on people in a time like this. I'm just telling you. Okay? So important. So vital. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Soraya. All praises to the Most High. I'm telling you. You have to stay grounded in the midst of chaos so that you can create. Especially if you got babies. You ain't got no excuses. Stop trying to carry people and keep people and bring people along, baby. It's not going to work. Let them be where they at. Focus on the family that you have created. If your family can't get into alignment, but you do not have time. You do not have the time you think you have. Okay? Any questions before I get off here? Because I done got hungry, y'all. I got to go find me some food. Any questions? Yes, this is actually going to go up on it's going to go up on YouTube, and it's probably going to play tomorrow in the morning, probably, is what I'm thinking. Any questions? You're welcome. I didn't say there were four organs connected to wealth. I said it was 4 organs required to be in balance in order for you to have a cycle. And that's the heart, the liver, the kidney, and the spleen. And then in order to be able to conceive, the actual that aspect of it is the heart function and the kidney function have to be strong. Okay. Praises to the Most High. All right, y'all. If y'all have any questions or any concerns, I hope that you're going to be in this masterclass, because let me tell you something. Y'all ain't going to be able to find me in a minute. I've already paid to start. I'm having a retreat next year. I've already paid for some stuff to get started with their retreat. I'm going to be working more exclusively, and I told you I'm not going to be doing this a lot of this one-on-one coaching with me. I'm working more so with experts next year. It's going to be more of my focus corporations. So if you have been wanting to work with me, the time is now, because I'm telling you that the arc is closing. I'm telling you. So these master classes that I'm offering, the Harmony in 6 program that I'm doing, the certification program that I am doing with a lot of my clients to get them certified so they can be doing this work next year with you guys, because I will not be available. So if you've been looking for me and you've been wanting to work with me in the Most High, you know that this resonates with you, grab one of those courses, see how you can work with me one-on-one, schedule a one-on-one session if need be. All of my products you can get with Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay, so I don't want to hear no excuses. Because, baby, if y'all still trying to dress down in 2024 and look amazing and using Afterpay and Klarna, get that inner right, baby. Because them clothes ain't finna matter in a minute. Just get that inner together, though. Let's get this right. Because it is the inner reality that creates the outer reality, okay? For real. Yes, me and my boo just had a one-on-one session, and it was absolutely amazing. If you've ever had a one-on-one session with me, baby, you know I gives and pour and pour and pour, okay? What's the certification in? The certification is in feminine design and embodiment coach. So women who will come to work, come and study under me will go under a 13-week program. The first half of the program is them going through Harmony in 6, so they know how to embody and put and get their own bodies in alignment. The next 7 weeks after that is actually going through the principles and the process of, teaching the things that I teach under my curriculum. And so these are the women that I would be recommending to go out under me, because I'm very specific about who I recommend. I really care about my name, and a lot of women have been asking me to certify them, especially because I'm not going to be doing more of the healing modality work specifically with feminine or with women mainly next year. So a lot of women are coming because they want to get their certification. So they're coming in, they're learning their bodies through Harmony in 6, and then they're elevating up to the certification program where we get into the embodiment. We get into the embodiment and the principles that they need to teach as far as supporting other women and getting themselves in alignment as well, spiritually, scientifically, and hey, my love, and psychologically. How long do we have until which one close, boo? Which one? The certification? Oh, girl, boo, I got a spot for you. You let me know, because it's 13 weeks. So I have a spot for you. I told you that I got a spot for you. You just let me know when you're ready. Okay? Any other questions? Congratulations. Somebody just bought a ticket to the Calming Your Nervous System Masterclass. Congratulations. I'm so excited about that class. That's the one I'm most excited with, because a lot of women are going to have what they need to be grounded, because there's so much coming, and that's my biggest thing. I need y'all to have tunnel vision. Despite what they're saying, I need y'all to have tunnel vision and execute, because if you don't, Lord, it's going to be harder for you to execute later on, okay? All right, y'all. I'm about to get off here. I hope that y'all have an amazing Feminine Friday. Thank y'all so much. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all were here. It's my prayer that this has edified you, supported you, and inspired you to think and really take action, because, child, y'all can keep being scary if you want, but it ain't really gonna get you. It ain't gonna get you what you want, okay? So y'all have an amazing, amazing weekend. I will talk to y'all soon. Peace, y'all.